quick check. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
success, KC5 DTU.
Hey, how you doing, Kerry? KC5 DTU. Let me bring the antenna over a couple of degrees more here. KC5 DTU, AA success, is monitoring 40 meters in the upper part, man. The over horizon radar is really cranking. Something's going on. I guess those hypersonic missiles, the F-16s don't have a chance. KC5 DTU, AA success, over.
Roger that. Sounds like the whole world is on fire today there, Bill.
Well, that's a fact. I wonder what the reply from the Israelis is going to be to the Iranians. Probably not good.
Well, I think I got a sneaky suspicion that they're going to come up with a way to take out their nuclear facility.
I bet those Israelis have invented some kind of a bomb that'll go down about 200 or 300 feet and just keep blowing as it goes down until there ain't nothing left down there until China.
Well, there's a technology, and they call it the rods of God. Have you heard of it?
I just call it the higher power. Kerry, go ahead.
Roger, roger. Okay, well, I'll have to tell you about that technology, but it will definitely do some bunker busting.
In other words, it'll change the Iranians' thought of what hell's like.
Delivered by Uber, better known as Space Force.
You mean that thing that doesn't exist?
Roger that. It certainly does.
Yeah, our older son, about 35 years ago, worked on a microwave laser project to get a signal up to that thing. And, the thing that didn't exist when Reagan was in there, or whenever they were working on it, it definitely exists, Kerry, go ahead.
AA6S, KC5, DTU, roger that. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised, Bill, if their nuclear facilities don't get taken out.
Whatever they call the place now, it used to be Baghdad. Baghdad's what's going to get taken out.
Yeah, roger that. Other than that, how's Bill?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Got my flu shot today, and made me a little tired. I took a long nap, but I went and had me a cup of coffee after I ate. Now I'm wide awake. Kerry, go ahead.
Ooh, you got a flu shot?
I do every year.
Bill, they're putting a little extra added in those things now, so I don't know. Be careful.
Yeah, hopefully these don't have any of the added stuff, but you don't know. Anyway, I always get one, and the doctors recommend it, so I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger that, but the doctors also recommended that COVID shot, so be careful. They can't get it in you one way, they'll get it into you another.
I agree there. Either that or even from the food you're buying.
Oh, that's true. Boy, I tell you, nowadays you gotta read the label, and if you really want to be extra careful, put it in your own garden.
Yeah, we grow a bunch of stuff here. Not as much this year as we normally do. The daughter grew a lot of my favorite, these green beans and stuff, so our okra didn't do very good this year for some reason. I think it was too hot even for it, but anyway, we got all kinds of stuff in the backyard here. Still getting grapes off our grapevines, and I've ate so many grapes you have or not, it's still so hot, I think fall hasn't got here yet. KC5DTU AA6S, over.
I just have a very, very small plot here. And yesterday I harvested the last of my eggplants. Boy, I got a bunch of those. And a couple of other things. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I really like eggplants. I found out one year, I didn't plant any this year for some reason. Anyway, I found out you got to take the blossoms from one, they got two different kinds, and touch the other ones to pollinate them because they're pollinated by shaking the vines and stuff from what I found out. I never heard of that, but that's what they said. Go ahead.
That's good to know. Well, I got a bunch, and I just left it dispersed in the beans.
Yeah, well, I like some breaded fried eggplant with some spaghetti sauce on them there, and it's good stuff. My dad really liked them. I know that. He grew them, man. He had about a quarter of an acre of garden at least, at least a quarter of an acre. Man, he had onions about, 6 inches in diameter, just rows of them. Man, he had, when we went over there for lunch, man, we ate like kings. Go ahead.
Roger that. Well, the farmers, when they get that big, they throw them away because they call them imperfections.
Man, you slice those things up, they're nice on a hamburger, those big ones. Yeah, Roger, I just checked the batteries of my Geiger counter, and it's working good. See you later. AA6S standing by.
Okay. Good evening. QRZ the frequency. QRZ K6MYC 1296 Bozo Net on the air and beaming toward the Bay Area looking for KW6 Sugar. Are you here, Tom? No, Tom, this evening. Let me shoot it up into the Bay Area a little bit more. QRZ the Bay Area, QRZ 1296, K6MYC, kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, Central California, QRZ Bozo Net, Bay Area.
KC5DTU present, and AA6S is also with you. I don't know if you can hear you.
Okay, I got KC5DTU 712, but I didn't hear everything. I got the antenna over, and I got you in a notch, Harry. And there might have been somebody else in there with you, so let me just take another standby. But stand by a minute. Let me get my hearing aids to go in here. Maybe I can hear better when I have the Bluetooth running here. Go. Now I maybe can copy. Try again. Kerry, just stand by a second. We'll get you in a second. Who was the other 1296 breaker? Checker in. Go ahead.
6JNN. India Sugar.
Again, please.
WB6JNN, Billy Baker 6, Japan, Norway, Sugar. 285, WB6JNN.
Well, thank you for repeating it, Jim. There's 2 or 3 people in there with you. Everybody sounds weak, and everybody's talking at the same time. I have you, 285. Stand by a second, Jim. Who was the other one? I heard 2 or 3 others calling in underneath Jim there. QRZ Bozo Net, Bay Area, K6MYC. I can hear somebody way down in there. We've apparently got very poor conditions here this evening. Anyway, let me do this. Kerry, let's see if I can copy you first. And how are you doing? KC5DTU, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KC5DTU. Doing well, Michael. Doing well. How's things up on the hill? And AA6S was also in here. I don't know if he's hearing you.
Who was the other one that was in here?
Bill, AA6S.
I don't know where Bill's pointed, but I can't hear Bill at all. Bill, where are you? I don't hear Bill at all. Alpha 6 Sugar, K6MYC. Bill?
I had a QSO going with him, so he must have stepped away for a minute, but he was here.
Okay, I'll log him in, Kerry, but I just, that might have been the other voice I heard, but normally he's a lot stronger than that up here. Everything's okay here. We had a nice day. I took apart the old orchard wagon. I'm going to put a new a deck on it. I got a nice, beautiful piece of plywood to go on, but it took me all day just to get the old rusty bolts that were holding the boards, the old original boards on the orchard wagon off. Man, they were rusted. Well, not terrible. About 1 out of 5 came off without by fingers, but the rest of them had to be wrenched off. But I did get it finally at about 3 o'clock. I finished up here. So long hot day. I did put the shade out there, so I did work under the shade. I carried an umbrella out there because otherwise it was mighty hot. Anyway, I dumped into the pool quickly and cooled off. So there you are. Okay, let me get it up to the Bay Area. I don't know why it's so weak, but I'm hearing Jim, WB6JNN. Try it, Jim, K6MYC.
You're doing about S7 here, K6MYC.
W6BBS 17.
But you're up and down between a 5 and a 7. So I imagine my 20 watches.
KM6SRR 432.
Yeah. I'm seeing you in here, so guess we can make it a contact. K6MYC, WB6JNN.
Okay, fine on some of that, Jim. You got covered up by some local check-ins here. Apparently they aren't hearing you there. WB6JNN, K6MYC. I didn't get anything from you of context, although you're Q5 if you're not covered. So anything particular happened today, or are you just putting up with the warm weather? Over.
I didn't notice the fact that it was 100 degrees outside because I never went outside today, so there's that. And I get covered up a lot by the guys over there. Much enthusiasm in the valley. K6MYC, W6JNN.
Yeah, I missed the last comment. You kept coming up what? I missed the last one. You kept coming up what?
There's too much enthusiasm in the valley. I get covered up a lot.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I'm sorry. It's a very poor condition tonight. You're very light over here, and also QSB, and you're chopped up a little bit here. Anyway, hang in there. Thanks very much for being there, Jim. I wish I was copying better. Maybe it'll get it better in a few minutes here. We're just at the beginning of that sunlight dusk area, and things always seem to be unstable through this time period. Let me get the local guys in here. W6BBS. Good evening, Frank.
Good evening, Mike, and everybody else. Running a little late getting in here, running around just trying to get stuff done. It was a murderous day. I'm not going to go into it all, but The things that you knew about are fixed. I found the problem with the dryer, fixed that. The new clothesline is up. Some other issues are taken care of, I guess. So, anyways, I'm with the beacon is all the way to full height, and everything's dialed in. Now, I did do an experiment. I swapped the 2-meter radios right in. So the 2-meter beacon is now only at about 10 knots, and the bigger radio is turned that back down, and it's driving that further. And the bearings working there, and that's just that CW problem right on the disc. But I've discovered that it's basically the transverter is drifting up and down with the big heat changes. Like normally it doesn't get more than about 82 in that room, and the conditioner set at 78. And even with that, and it usually runs on low. Today it ran on high all day, and that room got up to about 86. And so that 1296 is going to drift back and forth with the heat. Nothing I can do about it for right now. It's in the transverter itself. So that's all for me for right now. I could think of my K6MYCW 6DDO.
Okay, I'm not copying 100%. I don't know where you're pointed, but I missed a little bit of that, but I got the gist of it. Okay. Let me shoot it over to Rob. Maybe he did better than I did. KM6SRR or K6MYC?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, I'm hearing Frank very well, and I heard Bill in there talking with Kerry earlier, too. So Bill definitely was on frequency. And let's see, I talked to Dave, the WA6LOL. He just put up a 1296 antenna, so he's hoping to maybe see if we can hear him tonight there. Over.
Okay, did you hear him on this band?
I tried, but I don't have a real good system on that particular mast, so he couldn't hear me, and I didn't hear him.
No, that's not very encouraging. What did he put up? Oh, he's got, I don't know, what does he have up there? Over?
He's got something similar to your ones, I think, that your end mount, and he's got that pointed down this way.
What do you mean, something similar? It's either you got him or you don't.
He's got a different brand. I don't know where he picked it up or something, but he's got a different brand. It's end mount.
Oh, my God. I don't know what that would be. Is it loop Yagis or is it a standard Yagi?
Standard Yagi.
Okay, I have no idea what that would be. Well, we'll find out, I guess. Alrighty, you're coming in nicely here, so no problem there. I have not heard Tom. I don't know what's happened to Tom all week here. He's been missing. I didn't think he told me he was going to be here. I thought he was going to be here at least some of the days this week, but so far nothing. I'm pointed back toward Tom, so let me make another call. KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC. Tom? Okay, nothing heard there. Alrighty, I'll go back into the Bay Area here and finish up. We only heard two people so far in the Bay. Well, one. One person in the Bay Area so far, so not a big showing. Let me go back into the Bay Area here. Okay, I'm in the high end of the Bay Area. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie or W6 PQL. Or anybody else in the Bay Area for 1296, check in. Go ahead, please.
Now you're doing okay, WE6JNN.
Well, now you're better. I guess I wasn't far enough north for you. I went up to Jim's heading. Sometimes you're better on that heading, sometimes you're not. You're Q5. You want to give me a quick recap, Jim? Over.
My only real remark was I did not go outside today. I didn't know it was 100 degrees out there, but it was all day. Finally brought the cat in. And the other comment was that I keep getting covered up, so that's the other happening. Too much enthusiasm in the Central Valley there.
Well, I don't understand why they did that, because they know I turned it over to you, but two people came in and talked over you, so they were a little bit louder at the time than you were. You would have covered it up if you were as strong as you are right now. You would have come through fine. Anyway, okay on the temperature. Boy, it sounded like it got hot there. I don't know what it was here. I didn't look, but I did go in the pool. It was very pleasant, but I didn't think it was overwhelming. So it might have been right around 100, about the same temperature that you had there. The water was cold, colder than it has been, but that's normal because it cools down at night. And over the next few days, the water will warm up a little bit, make it a little bit more pleasant to get in. I didn't mind it, but you had to get in and get used to it, and I don't normally have to do that. I can usually just walk right in and squat down and get totally wet, and I'm off and running and comfortable. But today it took about 30 seconds to get my body temperature down to where I was comfortable being underwater. All righty. Let me see if we got better copy on anybody in the Bay Area now. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie beaming Bay Area, please, over. Where's W6PQL? Where's KB6WFC? Where's WA6AXX? Where's KB6BA? Where's anybody?
Well, is the debate still going?
Well, yeah, I guess it is. It's winding down, and but it may still be on. I wonder, I haven't even heard Fred. Fred does not much for politics. I don't know why Fred isn't in here. KD6SOK, where are you, Fred? He ain't here either, so maybe they are all watching the debate. It's a lively debate, I think, pretty well done. I'm not real happy, as I never would be, with the CBS questionnaire people. They're a little bit biased, but that's to be expected with that group. Anyway, overall, good debate, I thought, and each man did a good job of presenting their cases. Some fact-checking needed to be done in a couple of cases, but it took care of itself pretty well, I think. I don't know. At this point in time, I would call it dead even. I was more impressed with Jim Walls than I expected to be. He did a very good job, very articulate, and very knowledgeable on the subjects. It's almost as if he had the questions ahead of time. Over.
I'm not going to comment. Anyway, I don't listen to the things because it's all for show, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I'm not hearing anybody in your area. Do you want to make one call, Jim? Maybe somebody's hearing you that's not hearing me. Over.
Yeah, sure, I'll give that a try, although it's going down right now. But anyway, anybody else in the Bay Area on 1296 WDB6JNN?
Well, maybe we'll have to do late checks and missed at 8:15 or something here. All righty. 7-3 for now, Jim, and if people do show up, I'll tell them I'll be coming back and do a long late checks or missed session when I get done with Nevada here. 7-3 WB6JNN K6MYC. One more call for KW6S. Tom?
AA6S, right.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I got you checked in already, but I had not heard you when you were turned the other way, I guess. Did you work Ralph tonight?
Yeah, Ralph was real good, and so was Ron. I dropped the power down to about 20 watts or so, and I worked Ron. But anyway, check both of them in, and also Mike, AHA, I talked to him on the phone, so I guess he's not getting on. Maybe he didn't want to go out there. Anyway, K6MYC, and Judy's probably logging, AA6S.
Okay, I think it was Mike have to go to a hot shack? Is what he got as an air-conditioned shack? Is that it?
Oh, he's got a huge air conditioner in this place. He has to go from the house out across out into where his Butler building is there, and he probably didn't feel like going out there. I don't know. Anyway, that's the skinny there. Back to you there, Mikey. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm sitting in the barn here. I don't even have the air conditioning on. It's warm in here, but it's not uncomfortable. It's probably about 90-something. I didn't even turn the air conditioning on here, so it's not that bad tonight. I probably should have the air conditioning on more for the amplifier than for me. Hi. Anyway, good to hear you, Bill, and thanks for telling me about QUI. I didn't even get over that way, but apparently you had him in there, and I'm glad that he was able to work somebody. Last couple of weeks, he keeps saying I'm in here, but nobody's I can't hear anybody. So I don't know what he's doing wrong and why we aren't catching him, but maybe he's in at the wrong time or something. Over.
Yeah, Roger. He said he's hearing the beacon there from real good. I mean, he said that beacon is just blasting it over there.
From Frank. Okay, Frank, where you got the antenna turned right now for the beacon?
300 degrees. That's where it's been, pointed at 300. So he's down south there off the back of it. And so I'm pleased that they're getting a good signal down that way. Over.
Yeah, well, that's pretty amazing with your, well, he's running 20 watts, and the beacon is into a 49-element Yagi, which has gain. So it could have still the performance of a dipole. 20 dB of front to back and 20 dB of gain. It would give you a net of 0, but at least it's not negative gain off the back of the antenna with 20 watts, so that would explain it. Frank has a nice clear shot down the valley to a Atascadero, so I'm glad they're hearing the beacon down there. That might encourage somebody else to get their ass in gear and get on, Bill. Thank you very much, Bill. And give our best to Mike. Tell him we need all the check-ins we can get on 1296. He can take other days off, but not 1296. AA6S for your final K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger, K6MYC, AA6S. That was Ron that's picking up, I guess you got it right, picking up the beacon like crazy there over to Atascadero. So, anyway, that height and the tower doesn't make much difference when you're that high. I've seen that happen too many times on the FM band and stuff. This buddy of mine was taking care of one of the FM stations when the PA stage shorted out and had almost nothing going through it, and from Blue Ridge, and we were over by Kerman, and the only thing that happened in the car, we had to go from stereo to mono because we got a little bit of hiss in the background. And that was only about, like 5 or 10 watts maybe getting through the thing. So, height is everything. K6MYC 73 is AA6S.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Yeah, you're right. Boy, line of sight makes a huge difference. You get anything in the way on 1296, and it really starts to barf stuff up. Thanks much, and appreciate you catching Ron there. I didn't look down that way because I normally didn't hear him, and I didn't hear you earlier. And I got here just at the right time this evening. I was just a minute later, so I was not watching the debate, but everything's running late at my place. Matt isn't even here yet. I haven't had dinner or anything yet. Nobody cooked any dinner, which is not a problem because I wasn't starving anyway. But so we went right up to the last minute with the debate and started to get to the point where I was having to wear hip boots, but everything else is okay. 73, Bill. K6MYC for one last call in the Bay Area before we go to Rancho Oakley.
Hey, I want to contact Bill real quick.
Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
I hear you, Paul. Go ahead, Frank. Talk to Bill. Better make sure he's there first.
Apparently he's gone already, or he can't hear me. I'm pointed back down towards him.
Bill, are you still there?
Yeah, Roger, I had to bring the beam over on you. I was on a null. I was on a null there, Frank. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious. Was that today, right before the net, that Ron was hearing the beacon, or was it before that? Over.
I don't know. I guess it was tonight.
Okay, well, I tried an experiment. I was going to leave the beacon running and just follow it, have it follow me around the circles in case anybody wanted to try it while we were on the net, but it's overpowering me here, so I went ahead and turned it off. So there was a short period tonight where it was pointed right at Ron, and that's why I was asking. I'd like to know if he's hearing it when it's pointed over at 300 degrees. That'd be great, but surprising because he's off the back corner at that point. Over.
Yeah, he said it was coming in super strong over there at Atascadero.
Must have been pointed at him.
Yeah, that must have been when I had it pointed right at him. Okay, thanks, Bill. W6BBS, that's net.
See you later there, Frank. W6BBS, AA6S. Good night.
Okay, last call, Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net, 1296, please.
Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Paul. Go ahead, Paul. Take one.
Well, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. This is K6WIS. Very inconsistent bounce fest this evening. You've been up and down, but right now you're on the upside, so I thought I'd contact you. You're 5x3. How many, over?
Yeah, about the same. Not real strong, but you're readable. Very Q5, Paul. I didn't try moving the antenna. I was just getting you written down here, and I was just reaching for the controller to see if I could peak you, but I'm pointed at about where I normally would be for PQL, but I don't hear PQL, so, but I'm pointed at about 289, 288, 289, something like that. Now that's more toward Diablo than normal. Alrighty. Do you have any other check-ins there, Paul? Over.
No, negative relay.
Oh, that was too quick. I was trying to move the antenna. You're too quick for me. Over.
Yeah, he said negative relay.
No, you did it again. I'm only getting 2 words. I'm trying to move the antenna to get a peak on you, Paul. Give me 10 or 15 seconds, and I'll get a peak. Over. Okay, well, I don't hear him now.
Can you copy Whiskey 6 Bravo Bravo Sierra?
Diablo, Frank. RO here.
And 6RO, okay, 6MYC.
I was hearing WIS very weakly, but I was hearing it. And Mike just wasn't hearing it, so when he asked, I'm ready to check in. Good evening, Ken.
Howdy. Well, after me, he'll probably go direct to Paul, and he'll hear each other.
No, I'm pointed at you. I was just coming up your way. Go ahead.
Hey.
I got you. I heard you check in, but I was wiggling the antenna, and it was very sharp on Paul. I only had about 4 or 5 degrees where I could copy him, and they just dropped right out. So, and he wasn't staying on long enough for me to make sure I was on a peak. And every time he would stop, I had already lost him. So I couldn't hear him stop, and I could barely hear him start. Over.
Okay, well, I think you'll hear him better when you're both pointed at each other. By the way, I heard a trace of PQL, but he was probably pointed at you. And I've worked him before on the band, so not worried about it. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 99, over.
Now, we were in that same bracket. You said you heard PQL tonight?
Well, I heard a trace of him pointing at him. If he was pointed at me, I could work him easy.
No, I didn't hear him at all, and I called and had good signals from WB6JNN running 20 or 30 watts. So I should have heard a Jim without any difficulty. Over.
Well, it could have been one of those guys. It was very marginal. It's Q0 and S minus. But I heard a voice. We'll put it that way.
Okay, well, it might have been Jim. He made 2 or 3 transmissions tonight as I kept throwing it back in his direction. After a break, I'd pick up the local guys, and I would throw it back to Jim. But so far, Jim is the only guy I've heard in the Bay Area. Over.
Okay, well, I'm hearing you good, and Frank is very loud. He's pointed at me right now, I'm sure. And, Frank, I think I told you last night we're getting your beacon very well. So, had a good, successful day at the doctor's office today, and lots of lab tests, and we're going to attack some of my issues. There is a solution, N6RO.
Well, good. And the old pump is still pumping, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, heart problem, I don't think, but there's some other systems that need some work.
Yeah, almost everything at this age. Oh boy. Yeah, well, who knows? Good luck on all that. Well, at least it sounds like it's fixable, so that's good. And I got the kick out of the discussion on health care tonight on the debates, whether we should go with Obamacare and eliminate private health care or whatever. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, good to hear you. And we'll see you tomorrow, of course, on 2 meters. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
Good. You're Q5 plus, not moving the meter very much, but you're, say, a normal strength. We'll see you tomorrow, where we'll both be louder. Over.
Okay. Well, you're pretty loud here. I don't know. My God, I must be not getting much of my 600 watts to the antenna if you're not moving the meter.
You peaked at 2 or 3 that time.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing here. I can't see the stream. Aaron, are you here this evening?
Yes, sir.
What's Ken doing on the S meter at my place?
Have them transmit again.
Okay, make another transmission, Ken.
6MYC and the group, and 6RO in Oakley, Charlie Mike 97.
S5.
And it's going to be 103 today, tomorrow. Oh, it didn't quite make it to 100 today, thank goodness. And 6RO.
Yeah, S5 to 6.
Okay.
The 6 dBs.
Okay, what did you say, Frank?
I was just going to say, Ken, you are a solid S9 and peaking at S10 most of the time to me here right now. So, yeah, he's just rock solid and a beautiful signal into me. And thanks for the report on the beacon, Ken. And I want to try an experiment. I'm going to bump this up about 15 degrees or so. I'm going to move it up to about 315 or so, kind of split you and Sacramento. And so if you get a chance tomorrow, take a listen. I'll do this tomorrow and take a listen. No, actually, I've actually already done it. It's already done. But just take another listen when you get a chance and let me know if you still hear it okay. And I'll see if I can't get a little bit more coverage between your area and somebody else. And, yeah, great signal here tonight, Ken. N6ROW, 6 dBs.
Stand by a second, guys. I'm trying to pick up the CW breaker that's in there. The CW breaker, CW. Go again, please. Over. No, he didn't hear me now.
The P.
That's W6PQL. Okay, we got W6PQL, and we got you. I don't know why it's so weak, Jim. J and N was way stronger than you are.
Well, now you're hurting my feelings.
Now, I brought the antenna back toward you here. Should be okay. Was it you couldn't get in earlier, or were you watching the debate?
The debate. I wanted to see it up until the end, and we're a little bit longer than they had scheduled the time for, so, I hung in there for that, of course.
Oh, okay. You're going to go get Steve?
He wasn't there on 222 last night.
Okay. You're up and down so rapid I can't get a peek on you here. But he wasn't there so far. Okay, very good. Got you in here anyway, so you're covered. Somebody said they thought they heard you in there, but now I've got you for sure. Thanks, Jim. W6PQL, I'm going to come back to the Bay Area after I work Vegas here in a minute. I'm going to go to Vegas right now because it's coming up on the window for not Vegas, but for Carson City and Gardnerville. So I'm going to go to Nevada right now, and then I'll come back. 73N's W6PQL, B6JNN. You two are the only two out of the Bay Area, K6MYC.
Well, I'll check in officially now. K6USY 1079 and flying solo.
Roger.
WSHBBS.
Okay, Frank, I turned my antenna, so I didn't get all of that, but I'll report in Nevada.
Yeah, okay, very good. I was just saying I turned it to 315 already to see if you could still hear it and see if the Sacramento boys can start hearing it. Over. Okay, well, I didn't turn I turned the beacon antenna already. It's on a rotator. Carry on, Mikey. Go get Nevada.
Well, I'm going to try and get John first. KR6MR, John, are you hearing me or Frank or the beacon? KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, sorry, you got covered by Mike, Ken.
Full S5 copy, over.
Yeah, you got covered. Sorry, try it again, John.
Roger, Roger. Kilo Romeo 6 Mike Romeo. Bozo 759. Very good copy tonight. Very good copy. Also copied Alpha 6 Sugar earlier. Over.
Oh, good deal on Alpha 6 Sugar. He's already gone, but I'll let him know that you have possible contact in the future there. Listen for Frank. I'm sure Frank's copying you. He's got the antenna up and rotating, and you should also look for the beacon, which is pointed at you right now with about 20 watts. W6BBS in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, I'm turning back and forth here. I've got not a whisper out of John.
John, make a transmission. Let's see if Frank can hear you. You're quite loud here.
Kilo Romeo 6 Mike Romeo. KR6MR. That's good. Charlie Mike 98. Charlie Mike 98. Over.
Yeah, solid copy here. Anything, Frank?
No, and I usually hear a little bit of something out of him at least, but I'm having trouble with just about everybody. I mean, of course, I heard Ken real good, but nobody in the Bay Area or nothing. It's just bad.
Well, you should hear John. He's line of sight to you practically from Meadow Vista.
I don't hear him.
Like I say, I normally hear at least something.
Okay, John, no problem. He's not hearing you either, he said. Okay. Very good. I'm going to go to Nevada. It's time to be to Nevada. I got to go to Nevada. We'll come back. 7-3, John. Good signal. Thank you very much. KR6MR, K6MYC. Anybody else before I hit Nevada? There's somebody in there, but I can't copy. Is that WA6LOL? WA6LOL. Is that you, Dave? Okay, just give me a Roger. You're about Q3. I'm putting you down, 856. Is that 856? 856 talking. Is that you?
Roger.
Okay, stick around. I'm going to get Nevada, and then I'll come back. We can probably get a peek on you if I optimize. I haven't tried optimizing yet. Good. Congratulations on getting on 1296 there. I'll be back in a few minutes after I do Nevada, 73. Okay, Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango, Tri-CW. N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7 UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, looking for you, and also KE7 UQL. KE7 UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London, K6MYC, calling and listening. KE7 UQL, KE7 UQL, KE7 UQL, K6MYC, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, November 7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over. nothing tonight. I don't know. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, November 7, Whiskey Tango, N7WT, or KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7, Uniform, Quebec, London, KE7UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Let me chat with the boys locally, and somebody, you guys break in if you hear anything. If you hear us at all, Larry, if you hear us at all, give us CW, Larry. KE7UQL and 7WT, K6MYC listening. Over.
711.
Hey, hi, John. Thanks for being there. K6MI. K6MYC, good evening.
I heard Ralph, but he didn't hear me. K6MI.
Okay, we doubled a little bit. Anyway, I got you. Okay, on Ralph. Bill got Ralph, and he said Ralph was quite strong, and he also worked W6QUI. I don't know, you should be able to work QUI real easy in a Tascadero. Did you hear him at all?
Still got the beam south, so I'd have to bring it around.
Oh, no, he is south. He's west of you, I guess, a little bit. For me, he's about 210. He's probably more like 230 or 240 for you. But the point is, he's not there now. He was there at the beginning of the hour. He was at the beginning of the hour, and he worked Bill, AA6A, worked Bill very easily. He said he was quite strong. So Ron was there, but he was there just briefly after Bill finished with Ralph. Over.
Okay, yeah, I was down 10. K6MI.
Oh, I don't know. They were. I think they were down 10. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Oh, well, I did hear Ralph, but he didn't hear me this time.
No, did you hear Jim calling him? I mean, Bill?
No, I probably that was just before I got on frequency.
Okay, yeah, it was. I think Bill worked him right on the half hour or very close to it. Okay, well, thanks for checking in here, John. Good to hear you. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night as well. Got a big bunch of check-ins tonight. It must be over 15 already, so we're doing good. I'm still looking for Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, K6MYC in the group, calling and standing by. Okay, I'm going to go way off axis for them, and maybe I can get a bounce into Daniel. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, Carson City. KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7, Uniform, Quebec, London, Carson City area. Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, calling and listening. Why, not a thing. How about N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC calling, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC calling and listening.
Listen for a minute. Okay, I thought, I've got things turned up way up now, but I thought just very faintly there might have been some CW. Not tones, but I thought I heard some clicking in there, but I'm not hearing it now, Mike.
No, you wouldn't have heard clicks.
Well, it's so far down in the noise, it's so deep. I mean, you get it deep enough that you don't even hear the tone anymore, but you can just, you hear the cadence in there a little bit in the noise. And sometimes you can pull stuff out, but I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I didn't hear a trace. The reason I made a long call was because I was sweeping the antenna back and forth while I was calling, so I made a longer than normal call there as I was transmitting over a wide azimuth.
Yeah, that's what I did when I said listen for a minute. I swung back and forth and just listened hard and hoping to hear something, but nothing.
Normally they're pretty consistent, somewhere between 360 and 10 degrees to the east. They're usually in there for sure. I don't usually have to go to something abnormal. A lot of times I'll hear Larry clear down to 350 though. Anyway, N7WT, one last call. N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. Well, I guess we'll wait tomorrow night to see if they were even in there. That's a blotto tonight. That's unusual, because we did hear John, and it was good to hear John in there in good shape. And I think K6 Whiskey India Sugar, and then of course WA6LOL just got something up tonight. Did you hear anything when I was talking to Dave?
Yeah, I could hear a little bit of a murmur, but you guys finished up before I could get a peek.
Well, I wanted to get up to Nevada before I lost the window here. I'm going to go back to about 3:35 here. That's 3:30 something. 3:33, I guess. See, John, KR6MR, and WA6 Lima, Oscar Lima, K6MYC. John, are you still here?
Yeah, Mike, K6MYC, KR6MR. I'm chatting with Jeff, KE6. Placerville, over.
Okay, you're chatting with Paul in Placerville. Is that what you said? I tuned off of you with the antenna. It wasn't you. I just went off and I got too far off and I lost a couple of words. Over.
Yeah, Paul K6WIS and Jeff KE6 ILX is in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see if I can get Jeff here. I'll write him in anyway. KE6 ILX 96. Go ahead, Jeff. K6MYC. I don't hear him.
I'll see if I can raise him. KE6 ILX, KE6 ILX, and KR6MR.
Yeah, I heard Mike in there. I was trying to tune the antenna there real quick and with away from the microphone. K6MYC, K6MYC, KE6 ILX. See what I can put something on it. Yeah. 96 over.
Yeah, we've got you. Good evening to you, Jeff. Good to hear you. I'm trying to bounce the antenna. This should be about right here, but it could be skewed a few degrees tonight. Everything seems to be okay here. You're very Q5 when I have the antenna on you, but you're very narrow in the azimuth pattern consideration. Good evening to you. I sure wish we'd get N6RZJ back in here. Then we'd have quite a gang all on 1296 with K6WIS, KE7, KE6ILX, N6RZJ, KR6MR. And one of these days, somebody's got to go down to Bill's place and put an antenna up for him, and then we'll have KO6KD. He's got the antenna, got the radio and everything. He just doesn't have anybody to put it up. So we got to organize that for him one of these days. I keep pushing him, but he's reluctant to ask anybody for help. Over.
Really strong in that case. Anyway, yeah, I talked to RZJ there. It's kind of creeping down right now, but
I'm getting bits and pieces because the band is up and down and you're very narrow. I only have one click, 1 or 2 degrees where I can hear you. You're Q5 or gone. It's normally not that sharp, but you're either Q5 or you're gone, Jeff, so I apologize. Anyway, we still have that in queue. I don't know whether you said you could get down there one of these days and do something for him or not. I know you're very busy, and it's quite a drive for you to get down to Bill's place. Anyway, we're on 40 every morning, 7137, and I can also give you Bill's, I think I have Bill's phone number somewhere in my phone perhaps, and we could get you guys in touch if you could go down there. That would be super. I don't think it would take very long to put it up in a simple format, on just clipped on the side of the tower somewhere. He's got feed line and everything. He just doesn't have anybody to do it. He can't even go outside by himself. KE6ILX, K6MYC.
Okay. I may have anyway, so 73.
Okay, I didn't get that, but I did copy the 73s. Let me turn it to you, John. Maybe you can give me a recap. You're pretty Q5 in here. I think at least where I had the antenna set for Jeff. KR6MR for a final. K6MYC, over.
KR6MR. What else do you need, over?
I got you now. Go ahead. I'm hearing CW in there. Stand by. Who is this CW? CW. Go again on CW. Over. CW. Go again. Who is this CW in there? I'm back toward Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango. Was that you, Larry? K6MYC. Over, Larry. Well, I'm back toward you again, John. You got to give me, when you come back, just give me 5 or 10 seconds of chatter, and that way I can peek on you. It's very narrow tonight, as I said. Over.
Roger, Mike. KR6. Understand, very narrow. Okay, Alex gave a full rundown. And heard that, Jay. Had some back put them
I'm losing the path here. We're losing the path. You were Q5 earlier, but you've dropped down 5 or 10 dB, and it's going up and down with QSP, so I'm only getting bits and pieces. I heard KE6ILX, and I had heard the call sign N6RZJ, but I did not hear any details. I'll have to wait for tomorrow night, John, on 2 meters. I'll look for you tomorrow night on 2 meters, John. But overall, a massive improvement from the early days here. KR6MR or K6MYC?
Roger, Mike. See you tomorrow night on KR6MR.
Yeah, now that was Q5 all the way, but very weak, right on the noise. Let's see if Frank is hearing anything from you. How about it, Frank? W6 BBS?
Jack, again, which direction do we point?
Well, I'm just toward the Sacramento guys talking to KR6MR and KE6ILX, and then K6 Whiskey India Sugar, over.
All right, well, have somebody, the loudest guy, give me some chatter, and I'll tell you if I can hear anything.
Okay, John, give Frank a call one more time. W6 Bravo Sierra. Give Frank a call now, John, over.
Not a trace.
Okay, boy, that's odd, isn't it? We have to look at you guys on Google and see what the map looks like. There must be a blockage because Frank's up pretty high, and you're only a few degrees east of Sacramento. I'm getting you best at about 334, 335, John. So it's only a smidgen off of where Bill is. Bill's about 329, sometimes 330, sometimes 327, but anyway. All right, 7-3, guys. I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and then we'll call it a night here. 7-3, we'll see everybody tomorrow on 2 meters. KR6MR in the group, K6MYC. 7-3.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Just so you know, when I look in this direction at about a range of 4 to 5 miles, it's coming off of Deadwood, and it drops down. Now, at Deadwood, it's 4,400 feet, and that continues for a ways just below that elevation. But right in line with where I'm pointed right now, I'm looking at, probably 3,300 feet, 5 miles away from me. And I'm at 25 to 2,600 feet with the antenna. So that's my first blockage right there.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt you got blockage. I just didn't know what the exact drop-off where you had good copy. You got a clear shot to KR N6RO, and then you go bad after that.
Yeah, but there are times, of course, I can't say on this band, it's going to take some more experience, but, I can typically hear some of the Redding guys, and I've heard Clear Lake before, maybe on 2 meters or something, I don't remember, but it's going to take a little time to see just how well this is playing up on that hill over.
Yeah, well, you'll, the Sacramento and Redding guys are pretty good down here, but they're just inconsistent. There's too many things in the path that can cause fading. Inversion. Just the distance of the path always causes fading. Sometimes they're bodacious in here. They get into a duct, and it's like they're in a room with me. So you never know. It's not as much as a blockage as it is just the path length. Now, the other guys in Sacramento, that's a blockage thing. When Bill gets on, hopefully, that may make a difference, and we'll be able to see. I don't know what heading for me and up to San Andreas is. I think I'd have to figure that one out. I don't know what the grid square in San Andreas is. I don't know any hams up there, so I don't know where to point exactly. But that's where we're going to put the antenna for Carol, and that's Judy's daughter. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, Frank. W6BBS, K6MYC.
Thanks a lot. I come running in here because you were calling me, and now I just had a big old moth come flying in, buzzing around my head because I didn't get my screen door shut tight. I know what my question was that I wanted to ask you last night at this time, and I meant to ask you again tonight, and I'd forgotten. Are you going to get on with Kenny after you're done here on 40?
Well, I've been making myself available to him. We sent him an email back and forth today that said I'm going to be monitoring 7137 from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock in the morning. And in the evenings, I just expect that he's not busy and he can call me and let me know that he's going to be there. But so far, we haven't had any further connection. So I don't know if he got the antenna pulled up or if it went completely bad when he pulled it up or what happened. I haven't heard one peep from him. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, he was part of the reason that instigated me taking the 40 meters down and putting it above a rotor so I could turn it, because he would kind of be off the ends a bit to me, and I wanted to be able to say howdy to him. So that's the biggest reason I was asking. Okay. But what would he do? He would call you on 37 and you guys would move up?
No, he'll call me on the phone. If you want, I can call you if we get on there. How's that?
Yeah, if you get on 40 and I'm around and I'm not at your house, then give me a call and I'll jump on and see if I can't say hello. I mean, I only have a rotating dipole at 46 feet, but I also have 1,500 watts helping it out. Over.
Yeah, no, he'll hear you, no problem, and I'm sure you'll hear him. He's got a good shot, even with the antenna 8 to 10 feet in the middle and 20 at the ends. He was S9 on 40 that evening that we tried, and I was hearing other stations in Idaho and around in that area, so I heard a Wyoming state and station and stuff like that. So propagation, at least from one night to the next, you just don't know. On one particular night, it could be it could be just skipping right over them up that way. Usually north-south is not too bad. It's the guys on the East Coast I skip over. Anyway, I think that's it. Aaron, let me shoot it down to you, see if you got anything else. Otherwise, we'll go to the Bay Area, make for one more call, late checks and missed, and then we'll get out of here. K6USY, K6MYC.
KN6SR.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, Mike, did you want to try to make contact with Dave? LOL. Over.
Well, we were sitting here for Dave. I got the contact but I didn't hear him come back in after we came back out of Nevada. Over.
Okay, yeah, I'm having trouble pointing. My thing's off 90 degrees now, over.
Well, we talked here. I've been pointing that way the whole time, so if he was in there, he should have called.
And nothing from me, Mike. Rob jumped in and swooped my spot.
Yeah, okay. I can hear your delay in the background. It's not bad. You're less than a second now on the delay. How did you do that?
Well, I'm connected to your computer directly, and so I get about a half a second delay. Everyone else on YouTube gets to deal with a 4-second delay. So yeah, I listen to both rigs pretty much every night. I have you coming out of a speaker and my radio coming out of headphones.
That's got to be confusing. Good thing you're a multitasker. All righty. Let's see. Bay Area, basically into the Bay Area for the 1296 Bozo Net. K6MYC, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. K6MYC, Bay Area, 1296. Late checks are missed. K6MYC, KD6 SOK, K6MYC, or anybody else, over? Okay, WA6AXX, KD6SOK, KB6BA, K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but I'm getting nobody. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to call it for tonight, guys. Good evening, all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Over to you, Rob, for a final push it around. KM6SRR in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, I think I got 17. How many did you get tonight, over?
I don't know. You count and let somebody else talk. I mean, I'll count and somebody else can talk here.
Okay, I'll turn it over to Frank there, W6BBS, KM6SR in the group.
Yeah, okay, I'm just getting the antennas turned back around again here. So while you guys are doing your count, figuring out stuff for a minute, I will just mention something to Aaron. Aaron, I swapped the 2-meter radios in the beacon station, and the radio that was running the 2-meter beacon runs at 25 watts, so I turned that back down internally. And put that on the 1296 in the converter there. And so I ran all day and without that weird failure of the disc. And so that seemed to solve the problem. And what's really 2-meter radio that it was failing on going through the transmitter, which was kind of weird. But that just puts the 2-meter beacon back at 10 watts for the time being, because the 10-watt radio is not driving yet. And at least one little problem has been wrapped up, over.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a hard time, because it's a good thing that my butt was back in the seat for that transmission, because I just had to go put my daughter to bed. And you could have just been saying that to the void.
Well, I know that is always a possibility. There's a possibility you will answer. But I also know that it's getting close to the end, and you're going to shut it down, and while dealing with the kids and all that, I don't know your house layout or anything, but I know you've got it on, and probably, or at least within hearing for most of the time. So even if you can't walk over and answer right away, you get to hear my melodious voice, over.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have it up too loud, because 2 of the kids are asleep, and now all 3